Welcome to the IPF World Championships here live in Istanbul, Turkey. I am your host, Ryan Sixpack Lapidat, and I got accompanied in the booth with me today, none other than former junior world champion, Gavin Aiden. And today we have the junior 69 kilo and 76 kilo classes. Gavin, we have clashes between Clara Perrault and Agnes Rudin from Sweden. Agnes, the returning world champion, but they have a bit of a rivalry. At the European Championships, Clara got revenge and won the Euros. They clashed one more time at the Open World Championships in South Africa, and Clara got the win again. Can Agnes turn it around?
Honestly, man, I think she thinks she has no choice but to turn it around.
Oh, and I wonder what Claire would say about that. Then in the 76s, streaking French 76 Laura, who posted up a staggering 570 in the gym, has everybody questioning what kind of a total can she put together on the platform. Highly ambitious, and you know when it comes to powerlifting in the women's division, Team France is always a contender.
Always.
Valerie of Czechia, 137.5 for her opening squat. Vilimanova, a little early to be getting 2-1 call, but she'll take it.
I'll take it.
She'll take it.
Bar is loaded for Valerie from Czech Republic.
5 kilos below her personal best. 21 years old, her first year of powerlifting.
Good win.
3 white lights.
Next lifter from Austria. 140 kilos.
Representing Austria,
Bar is
Sophia
loaded for
Pilvax.
Sophia from Austria.
140 kilos for her opening squat. Sophia has previously hit 145 kilos.
Good win.
3 white lights and she's on the board.
Next lifters from Ireland.
This is a rather big flight, Gavin, and that's going to help. Talking to Coco Clement about South Africa, it was a quick turnaround, and he said he didn't properly adjust to that turnaround in between his lifts. I think you were actually there in that conversation, and that can play a factor, but when it's a big flight like this, you've got a lot of time to recuperate.
Yeah, absolutely, and it definitely plays a role in your decision-making in terms of even your attempt selection, right? It changes the game plan, and this is where coaches knowing their athletes really, really well, inside and out, comes in handy.
Loda Lineberga of Ireland, 142.5 for her opening squat. And she gets it. And Coco had mentioned that he wished he had lowered some of his attempts due to the turnaround not being able to recuperate. If that's any indication how big this flight is, means we're going to see some big attempts, which is good for viewership.
That's exactly right, and we do have some heavy squats that could potentially threaten the world record.
Carolyn Connor of the U.S., 142.5. Yeah, well, Agnes Rudin of Sweden in the 2021 World Championships broke the world record squat, broke the world record bench press, and ultimately won. And if you see, she's opening at 172.5, world record's 180.5. But she's not the only one. Kruger of Germany with 170 is within striking distance. Heavy hitters all around. And of course, Clara Perrault opening with 167.5. not without reason to think. Jordan Bright of Ireland, 147.5 for her opening squat. Wow.
Good lift, all rights. The next lifter is from Turkey. Bar is loaded 150 kilos. Asude Dağlıoğlu.
Asude Dagliaglu, 150, representing the host nation of Turkey. Asude has previously hit 160 kilos, 2020, 22 years old, 2 years in the game.
Good lift. All right. The next lifter is from Spain. Bar is loaded 152.5 kilos. Amira Malik.
Amira Malik, representing Spain, 152.5. Just yesterday, the heavily hyped clash in the 57s in Spain, capturing that title were Maya da Silva Diaz. Went for a world record in her final attempt. Missed the world record, but took the world title. 3 white lights for Amira.
Our next lifter from Ukraine, Daria Eskiv, 157.5 kilos, followed by Juliet from Norway. Bar is loaded.
Daria Iskiv of Ukraine, 157.5. 23 years old, 12 years powerlifting.
Wow. Wow.
They start early in Ukraine.
Well, her experience is certainly showing. She chose a great opener attempt. Very easy. I wonder how big of a jump she's going to take going into her second.
Yeah, she's a veteran, and the Ukrainian coaching staff also.
65 kilos.
They are always well represented at the Worlds, been in several showdowns and clashes. Steered Anatoly Novopismani to the best lifter in 2021, same World Championships. You won your world title. And Julianne Sletnes of Norway, 165 kilos for her opener. Previous best, 175.5, would indicate it's a record of some sort. Depth for sure.
Good lift. The next lifter from France. Bar is loaded 167.5 for Clara.
And here she comes, Clara Perrault, one of Team France's French shooters. She can total over 500. She's done it twice. Her older brother Nico will be lifting later on in the 120s. Comes from a family of powerlifters. And how smooth was that?
Very smooth, very strong, and you can tell she knows what she's doing because she exhibits an extreme amount of control. And it seems like she's handling this pressure like it doesn't even exist.
Even though she's young, been to World Championships, Euros, lifted and competed in the Open despite being a junior. A powerlifting coach by trade. She lives and breathes powerlifting. And Kruger, Sonia Stephanie Kruger, hold up, 170 kilos. She won in the equipped earlier this week, if I'm not mistaken. Same World Championships with equipment on.
Next lifter is from Sweden, 172.5 kilos.
And coming back for an encore.
That's got to be pretty tough to do.
That's got to be pretty tough to do. The returning world champion. Wow, she looks confident. Rudin. 172.5.
I did get a chance to speak to Agnes briefly in South Africa at the Open World Championship, and all she had to say was that she is coming for gold.
Yeah, the South Africa. Oh, was that a good look or a bad one afterwards? Let's take a look at that replay. It moved well from what I could see. I don't know if she expected to move quicker than that. It is a big opener.
Well, at this level, sometimes you don't get to choose. It doesn't really matter how it felt. You have a number and you have to hit it.
Well said, sir. Noemi Fanton of Italy, 175 on the bar for her. She has a PR squat of 180. The world record's 180.5. This world record is in danger, sir. You heard the crowd make a noise as she hits that.
Very smooth, very strong. I wonder if she'd take the world record on her second. That way she can have an extra opportunity to take it on her third.
You know what? I probably think so. I mean, it's only 6 kilo actually.
Yeah,
she wanted to go 6. That's probably exactly on the money. And Valerie Velimanova of Czechia, 145 for a second, 7.5 kilo jump. Ooh. Several pauses there. Starting off round 2 with a missed lift already. And Fanton taking 182.5.
Wow.
Now it's the world record. The issue is, and you already know what I'm going to say, they're not taking the chip.
The chippy chip. You like the chip.
Oh, everybody likes chips. Sophia Pilvax of Austria, 187.5.
Yeah, it is definitely an ambitious move, especially because even if it is just a kilo or two above, it's an extra kilo or two you don't need to take the risk on just yet.
Right.
You know,
that, and it forces your competitors, if they want to match you, to go up 2.5 kilo. They can't match you, so it's near the end when people are pulling for wins, etc. That's when it comes into play. We've seen so many times, especially if a deadlift artist is trying to catch up to you. Carolyn Connor, U.S., 150, 7.5 kilo jump, 2 kilo personal best.
very strong second attempt from Carolyn.
Next lifter from Ireland, Lothar Lindberger. Bar is loaded, 152.5 kilos.
Lothar Lindberger, Ireland, 152.5. 10 kilo jump, still under her previous personal best, which looks like it's an Irish national record.
$10 kilos is a big jump from an opener to a second. It's not an unreasonable jump for a 69 kilo junior, but it is a big jump. And in this case, it might have been just a tad bit too much.
Yeah, she's hit more before. It's a tough call, but there's other factors: travel, time zones, and some of these ladies might have had to cut weight. Jordan Bright of Ireland, 155.
Wow.
And that could have been an opener, sir.
Absolutely could have been an opener.
The next lifter from Spain, 160 kilos, is ready for Almira Bulusimala.
Amira Malik of Spain, 160 kilos for her second attempt.
Good play. Next lifter from Turkey, Asude Dağlıoğlu. Bar is loaded 160
Sude
kilos.
160 for her second attempt, 10-kilo jump. She has hit this before. Representing the host nation of Turkey.
Looks good, and referees say good play. All
Three
right.
whites, it's good.
The next lifter is from Ukraine, Daria Iskiv, followed by Clara from France. 165 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Daria Iskiv of Ukraine, 165. We are now 5 kilo into PR territory, Gavin.
That's exactly right.
See how she handles this.
There it is. Very strong. Let's see what the
Good
judges say.
play.
Three white lights.
Next lifter from France, 175 kilos. Bar is loaded for Clara from France.
#1 nomination. One of France's rising stars won the French Nationals in the open division, 69 kilo class. And I think you know how potent the French Nationals is on the women's side. 175 for her second attempt. 7.5 kilos. Jump from her opener. This is a personal best.
Almost there.
And I tell you what, usually when she's at her max,
Good play.
you're gonna see screams, yells. If you remember South Africa,
Bar is loaded for.
I don't judge it by bar speed. I don't judge it by the knees coming in. I'm gonna hear some audibles.
That's exactly right.
Now, how much more intense is Agnes now? I think the first squat made her a little bit angry. Almost had a distaste in her mouth. A fiery competitor. If they want her title, it won't be without a fight. Okay, now we got a smile. That felt more like it. Struts off the platform, confident. And that's the Rudin we're used to seeing. If you remember South Africa, we didn't see the same Rudin.
Yeah, and there are a lot of things that obviously can play into a lifter's confidence coming into a competition. In this sport, you kind of practice how you play, right? So if your practice doesn't go how you want it to and it doesn't do that consistently, sometimes that can play into your confidence going into your play.
Sonia Stephanie Kruger of Germany. Junior
Good play.
equipped world champion.
The next lifter is from Norway. Bar is loaded 177.5 kilos for Juliet.
Now that's interesting. Rudin put in 180. The world record's 180.5. Well, actually, I guess we'll see what happens with Fenton with 182.5. So Julian Sletness.
And referees say good play. The next next lifter is from Italia, Noemi Phantom, 182.5 kilos, bar is loaded.
Noemi Phantom, 182.5 junior world record squat.
Super amped up, getting super tight, building tons and tons of tension in her upper back. Strong walkout.
Heavy podium favorite. Wow. Oh.
What do you think?
I was on that line. What do you think?
I think that was depth, brother. Not gonna lie. I think
And
that was
looking
depth.
at the squat standings after 2 rounds, Julianne Sletnis, followed by Agnes, and then Kruger, and only body weight separates them. It's insane that Kruger is here squatting with the best of them when she just competed less than a week ago.
That's insane. That actually is crazy. I don't even,
She's tied for first right now
that is
in terms of weight.
incredible.
You know, and the split is coming for body weight. Nice catch by the spotters and loaders. Valerie, a little too much for 145.
The next lifter from Ireland, 152.5 kilos, bar is loaded for Lota.
$152.5 for Loda of Ireland. Missed it on her second. Whoa! And almost saw that one through.
Next lifter is from Austria, Sophia Pilvac, 155 kilos, bar is loaded.
155 kilos loaded for Sophia Pilvax of Austria. Deep into PR territory now. Will she be the first to hit her 3rd squat? Looks like she will be.
We say good play. Next lifter from United States, bar is loaded, 155 kilos for Connor Carolyn.
So Italy, Fanton missed 182.5. Sletnis of Norway going to 183. They could have put a chip on that 183, Fanton. And tried to take a chip. Or actually, you know, and gone afterwards. Carolyn Connor of USA, 155, 5 kilos.
Good play.
More added to her total.
Next lifter, Jordan Bright from Ireland, 160.
And Fanton actually weighs less, but the record, it would automatically bump up anyways. Because you can't tie a record, obviously. Jordan Bright, 162.5.
Referees say good play.
3 white lights and it's good.
The next lifter, Ramiro Kamala from Spain. Bar is loaded for Amira
165 kilos loaded for Amira Malik of Spain. Looking to go 3 for 3 and tie her previous personal best, this time at the IPF World Championships.
I don't know. Looks like, to say, depth might have been cut there.
I was thinking the same, even if she had gotten it.
170 kilos. Bar is loaded for Daria.
Daria Iskiv of Ukraine, 170.
Googling. The next lifter is from Turkey. Asude Bilgah. The bar is loaded 170 kilos.
Asude, 170 in her third and final squat. 10 kilo jump from her second attempt and a 10 kilo personal best. She's taking 10 kilo jumps right through. Nicely done. And that's some big jumps there. 10 kilo from opener to second, 10 kilo from second to her third. But sometimes, you know, lifters like to open up light and take big jumps so that at the top end, they only have 1 or 2 big squats.
Yeah, and if you are accustomed to that because of how you train, it really shouldn't be too big of a deal.
Well said, yep. Train like you play. Like you said, Clara Perrault of France, 177.5. Clara pacing nicely, opting only for a 2.5 kilo jump. Still a 5 kilo personal best. That 175 did move slowly. If you're thinking, why come out for 2.5 more kilo? That's how tight this race is probably going to be. Nope.
The next lifter is from Sweden. 180 kilos. Bar is loaded for Rudy.
Here she comes. I love it when you hear them coming around the corner before they actually get there. That's some fiery intensity. And that's what Rudin brings. This is the same Rudin that won the title in her homeland 2021. 180 kilos on the bar. See what the judges say.
See what the judges say, right.
2-1 or against. See the replay here. Swedish judges going to the jury.
I think it's borderline, but I could see it being overturned.
The jury sending away the national team coach from Sweden, but they did the right thing. If you get a white light, you're allowed to approach the jury, and you always should, because that's going to be a pivotal couple of kilos. Sonia Stephanie Kruger attempting 180, a little too much today. It's actually pretty crazy she's attempting 180 after what she did earlier this week.
82.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
And Noemi Fenton, another attempt at the world record, still not taking that chip. She just needs to sink this a stitch deeper. The strength is there. should do it. Wow. There it is.
And she knew it too.
Look at the Italians celebrating. And we got the Italians behind us as well in the commentary booth.
From Norway, attempting 183.
Beautiful squat, and that was so fast. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she has like 187.5 in her.
But she would take 180. But don't take
Oh,
187.5
no, that's right.
or 190.
It'd be 188. No,
Or
can't she?
whatever number she
Yeah.
wants, really. And here she is, Julianne Sletness of Norway, 183.
Coming in for this recently set world record squat.
Norway taking that chip.
Sinks it.
Oh,
Pushes.
oh my goodness. Wow. Went
It's
right over the rack.
Super-
She's so
just
excited.
Overhead press. It was going to throw it into the crowd.
Talk about power. Who squats that and then overhead presses it?
She said, anybody who wasn't cheering for me, this is coming for you.
Oh my God. How excited is she that she literally overhead presses this thing? Watch this. Whoa.
Good thing everybody was
Yikes.
okay, but sheesh.
Phenomenal squat session in the 69 kilo women. So Julianne Sletness of Norway taking the gold and the world record. Noemi Fanton of Italy taking the silver and a world record. Agnes Rudin of Sweden taking the bronze. And Sonia Stephanie Kruger in the fourth, despite having competed earlier this week. And we're going to move right into the 76 junior class.
Extremely impressive start to this session.
That was a phenomenal squat session.
110 kilos.
Narez from Tunisia, 110. I gotta calm down a minute.
Yeah, you're all right?
That was crazy.
The referee say
Nice opener. And when you're talking about squats in the 76 kilo junior class, you better talk about Vilma Olsen, also from Sweden. Sweden, a powerhouse in powerlifting. But Laura Motalin opening with 190 and not far behind, representing France. And if you're wondering, the world record, 210 kilos, Gavin, we might have more world record attempts if you can handle that, young man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Cataline from Netherlands, 125. Makes easy work of that.
the next victor is from Canada, Erin bar is loaded, 132.5 kilos. Erin from Canada.
Erin Chiasson of Canada, 132.5.
Taking her time with her setup. Smart choice.
You have a minute, you can use it. Once you get the squat command, there's no more messing around. Oh, what happened there? She's checking what he said. Oh, you can't re-go now. Oh, that was an unfortunate mix-up. She heard, I thought she heard I don't know what she thought she heard, but that was a
I
star
think,
command.
I think she thought she heard rack.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
137.5 kilos.
Britain's Nicole, 137.5.
In a situation like that, just out of curiosity, would you have an athlete take that in the warm-up area just to see if you should be going up for that second attempt, like take it immediately after? So you still get about, I mean, I know this is a shorter flight here, but does that sound too far-fetched?
You know what? Well, first off, that was a good lift right there, 3 white lights.
50 kilos.
And then because you want to know if it moves well, so whether or not you should go up, right?
Right. Because in a championship like this, you can't really afford
it's
to
not
just
insane.
give up.
It's not insane. No, it depends on where your lifter is.
Okay.
If they're vying for like a podium, whatever,
Right.
these are thoughts. But if you're just in the middle of the pack, it depends on.
Okay, fair enough.
It is, it's an interesting thought. I'm sure it's been done.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I only have
sure it's
ever seen anyone do that in my experience, but I don't have that much experience. So
Lily Riggs of Canada, 150 kilo.
if she hits this well, it looks like she might try and beat her personal best of 157.5.
And she does.
Good way. The next lifter is from New Zealand. 162.5 kilos. Bar is loaded for Maddie. Go Maddie.
$162 kilos, 162.5 kilos, loaded for Maddie of New Zealand. Handled by Rory Lynch. Oh. Right on that line. Moved well, though.
Good
white lights.
3 white lights. 3 white lights. And you know what? Just do me a favor. Whenever you do say things like that, just make sure the judges can't hear you.
I kept my
Okay?
voice down,
Please.
sir. I know. $175 for Ellen Grunlund of Finland. Previous personal best, 183 kilos, indicating a record, likely a national record back home.
Good way.
3 whites.
3 white lights.
Lifter is from France. 190 kilos. Bar is loaded for Laura.
And here's another French shooter, Laura Motalin of France. 22 years old, 3 years in the game. Previous personal best, 180 kilos. Opening with 190.
Wow.
Sounds ambitious. Well, I've seen her in the gym hitting some massive weights, totaling around 570. The total that won the Open between Egata Shitko and Jess Bittner, 585.
Wow.
Just to indicate how world-class she is. She's on the level.
Wow.
And has the typical stance the French team has, close in terms of the foot stance.
Not a good play.
Wears her confidence on her sleeves for sure.
Look at
The next lifter is from
the
Sweden.
depth here.
195 kilos. Bar is loaded for also.
Ah,
It is a little high.
looked a little high.
It is a little high. I think it's unfortunate too because the way that she squats, she hinges so much that it's actually going to be really difficult, I think, for her to dunk it unless she maybe increases the speed of the descent. I don't know. But I'm sure she'll figure it out going into her second attempt because that did move very well.
Yeah, it wasn't a question of how heavy it was. Small adjustments. Vilma Olsen, former junior world champion, 195 on the bar. She also was in South Africa. She's broken world records in the squat before. 3 white lights. Take a look at this replay, Gavin. Bam, hits depth. And now it's quick, fast, and tidy. Like Agnes was at the Open Worlds, had a bad taste in her mouth with her performance. I seen her afterwards, and I was like, how do you feel? She's like, I did not like that. We're going to have to get redemption at Junior Worlds off to a quick start. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a Junior World Record squat attempt. Narez from Tunisia, 115. High bar.
Good play. The next lifter from Canada, 132.5 kilos.
Erin Chiasson of Canada, 132.5.
Bar is loaded. Erin
Retaking
from
this.
Canada.
No doubt on the commands there, nor the depth and execution. Back on track.
Good play.
Just has to shrug it off. Miscommunications happen.
Bar is loaded, 132.5 kilos. Kathleen Gore.
Kathleen Gort of Netherlands, 132.5. Kathleen, 4 years in the game and 135 kilos previous personal record. She's got a big deadlift. Ooh, brakes came on rather quickly. Looked like she was cruising through that when hit a sticking point. Take a look at this replay here. Bang, hit step and cruising right to a sudden stop.
45 kilos.
Nicole from Great Britain, 145 kilos. "23 years old, 5 years in the game. No belt.
Good
3
play.
white lights.
The next lifter is from Canada, 155 kilos. Bar is loaded for Lily Reese.
Lily Riggs of Canada, 155. Hit 150. Now she's serious. Met Lily, got off the plane, actually took the same shuttle together. Couldn't meet a nicer lady. That was pretty smooth. Might have moved a little smoother even than her opener. Her opener was a stitch of work, and maybe as her intensity rises.
Yeah. Nerves kind of leave the system.
Yeah.
Bar is loaded, 170
Also,
kilos.
too, I mean, this might be a small factor, but it's worth mentioning. Warm-ups have to move pretty fast, and especially in a tight warm-up room like that, you never know. Some of these lifters may not have even had enough time to really rest in between their last warm-up and their opener, you know? So there's so many little variables and factors that we just can't really foresee or predict that these lifters are having to endure. So I'm sure that there's something playing into things like that.
Maddie, 170, representing New Zealand. 7.5 kilos. Depth look a stitch questionable. Let's see on the replay. Yeah, right about parallel, just needs to drop it a stitch lower.
The next lifter is from Finland.
Interesting what they do with their attempt selection. Ellen Gronlund of Finland, 182.5. Moved well. She's just half a kilo below her previous personal best, which was a Finnish national record.
The next lifter, Laura from France, 190 kilos. Bar is loaded for Laura.
Laura's back, 190 kilos back on the bar, not moving up. How far does this set her back? Looking at the projected. She could have a big lead, but
I wonder how comfortable she is with big jumps, because if this moves exactly like the last, obviously, of course, hitting depth this time, I wonder if she'd be willing to just jump to her originally planned third.
that was much better. I don't know what she said, but
Yeah,
pardon her
unfortunately,
French.
The dad joke's already beginning.
There we go.
I wish I could speak French so I knew what she was saying, but it's got to be something along the lines of "I'm coming for gold, and you all better be worried because I ain't stopping until I
I
get
don't
it."
think she had that many words. Let me stop you already before you give us a soliloquy, a monologue. In 202.5, loaded for Vilma Olsen of Sweden. Getting close to that world record. And she's on point.
Wow. I think.
Good play.
All right. So listen, you know me. I'm a little. I'm ambitious. All right.
Next lifter,
I think she is gonna go for this world record. I think it would be a grind. I think she can do it. I think she has the strength. It's gonna require a lot of amp. But do you think she's gonna go for it? It is a little bit of a jump.
Well, let me get it in before they do. I do think she's going to go for it. 8 kilos jump. I think she's going to take it
With the chip.
with the chip.
Yeah.
Sweden will take the chip. Sweden doesn't drop the ball with handling at all. Believe you me. 122.5. But if she didn't take it, that'd be okay too. You got to stay in the pocket and collect your kilos.
Yeah.
You don't take it just because the world record's there, and that's
true.
good. 122.5 Nerez.
And it looks like, judging by people's thirds, 205 would still give her that the gold in the squat.
So they're taking a 207.5, and like I was saying, just because the world record's available doesn't mean just load it up for the heck of it. More important than anything is winning possibly the world championship. So you have to be honest with yourselves and get yourself the win more than just overreaching for the sake of it. 132.5 for Katalin Gort of Netherlands. Nope.
good play. Nice catch by assistant team. The next lifter from Canada, Erin.
And to answer your question about Laura from France, I don't know if she wants to, she doesn't really need to gamble, possibly grab. I think the 200 kilo they put in was a good idea. She is ahead on the projected, but that's projected. It hasn't been achieved yet. Start dropping the ball early by getting overly risky moves. All of a sudden, that prognosis changes real quick. Erin Chasson Canada, 140. Three whites. Not that 10 kilo was a small jump. I think they made a in between. Between on the spectrum, I think it was.
I think so. I could have seen them maybe going 190, 197.5,
Yeah.
205 or 202.5.
So I think if they were going to do 7.5, they're like, okay, we'll do a 10, half something in between.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely there, you know.
Bar is loaded.
190 moved well. Nicole coming out to 150 kilos, opting to lift beltless. What do you think, Rory? I'm a belt guy.
You know, I don't know. I do
For
think
squats in particular.
I do think my name's not Rory, but I would.
Oh, Gavin, sorry. Why do I keep calling you Rory?
It's okay. It's okay.
I miss him.
Well, it doesn't really matter what I think because she's strong as heck without it. So
Next lifter from Canada, Lily Riggs. 160 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Lily Riggs from Canada, 155 kilos, moved well, 160 kilos now loaded. 5 kilo jumps, the way 155 moved, this should be within reason.
and if the lift is good, this will beat her personal best by 2.5 kg.
Good play.
It is.
2-1.
3 for 3.
Our next lifter, Maddie McCoy. Bar is loaded for Maddie. 170 kilos.
Maddie coming out to 170 kilos now. Missed this on her second due to depth, but it moved well. Whoa.
Good catch by the spotters, though.
Oh. And she was a little off balance.
Hopefully she's okay.
Take a look at this. Hits depth, but loses stability in the bottom. Looked like she was going to try to stay with it, but she was on her heels and just plain couldn't.
Bar is loaded. 187.5 kilos.
187.5 for Ellen Gronlund. And Ellen, a podium threat, could pick up 5 kilos here. The big three, her, Laura, and Vilma Olsen, vying for position on that podium. Wow, that moved very impressively.
Yeah.
Might have had more than 5 kilo. 20/20 hindsight, I know.
The next lifter from France, Laura Martelin. Bar is loaded. 200.
Laura Motalin, 200 kilos even. She is in silver medal position right now. That won't change. But bigger picture, could use these 10 kilos to put a spread between her and previous junior world champion Vilma Olsen, as well as Grönlund from Finland. Due to her close stance, she really has to get low.
Yeah. You know what's incredible is that she's able to find her depth. It's so difficult, honestly, for me to cognitively think about my depth as I'm squatting. You know, I'm really more focused on my brace. And so it seems like for this type of squat, she actually really does have to think and feel for that depth, and it's impressive that she can.
Vilma Olsen, 207.5. Nope. And that would be why Sweden opting not to load up a world record. Probably had a conversation with Vilma, decided 207 more reasonable, and it was close, but still a little too much. As we look at the squat standings, Vilma Olsen taking the gold, Laura Motalin from France taking the silver, and Ellen taking the bronze, representing Finland. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a brief 10-minute break and come right back with the action of the 76 and 69 junior classes. and welcome back to the IPF World Championships here live in Istanbul, Turkey. I am Ryan Six-Pack Lapidat, and I'm accompanied in the booth by none other than former junior world champion Gavin Aiden, aka also a TikTok star. And we have the 69 kilo, 76 kilo junior women's classes. Gavin, we've already seen world record attempts. We've seen some battles. We see some jockeying around for position. And you could tell this is going to be a tight one right down to the very last deadlift. As we take a peek at the running order, well, we'll take a look at the squats first. Julianne Sletnis, followed by Noemi Fenton, Agnes Rudin, rounding out the 69s. And we'll throw it to the platform for bench.
Bar is loaded for Jordan Wright from Ireland, 70 kilos.
Jordan Bright of Ireland, 70 kilos.
Jordan Wright.
Okay. Jordan Bright on the board with 70 kilos. That was a personal best.
Next lifter, Caroline Connor from the United States, bar is loaded.
United States, Carolyn Connor, 70 kilos as well.
Good play. The next lifter from Turkey, Asude Dağlıoğlu. Bar is loaded, 72.5 kilos.
Local lifter, Asude, 72.5 kilos. She took 10 kilo jumps in the squats. I wonder if she's going to take big jumps again on the bench. Paid off. That was pretty easy. I bet you it's going to be not 10 kilos, but relatively big jumps as well. Might be the way she likes to perform. And Valery Velimanova of Czechia, 82.5 kilos
82.5 kilos.
for her opening bench.
Good play.
And Valerie on the board, 3 white lights.
Bar is loaded for Sofia from Austria, 87.5 kilos.
Sophia Pilvax of Austria, 87.5 kilos.
Good play.
On the board, a 2.5 kilo personal best for Sophia.
Next lifter from Norway, Juliet Sletnes. Bar is loaded, 90 kilos.
Julianne Sletness of Norway opening with 90 kilos. And Gavin, I see Agnes Rudin opening with 110 kilos, and I see a world record of 115.5.
That looks very, very appetizing, I'm sure, for her to take. Because at this point, to be honest with you, especially with how squats went, I think this was the plan all along.
Just might have been. Julianne gets 3 white lights.
Next lifter. Bar is loaded, 92.5 kilos.
Loda, 92.5 kilos.
Good lift. All lights. The next lifter
3
from
white lights.
Amira Malak. Bar is loaded, 100 kilos.
Amira Malik of Spain, 100 kilos even for her first bench press attempt.
Good lift.
And thus far, all attempt selections right on point, no major grinders.
Bar is loaded, 100 kilos.
Everybody appears to have good room to grow. Daria Iskiv of the Ukraine, 110 kilos. Her personal best, 100 kilos. Her personal best is 110 kilos.
Good lift. The next lifter from Italian, Noemi Fanton. Bar is loaded.
Noemi Fanton of Italy, 100 kilos even. "105 kilos is her previous personal best.
Good lift.
3 white lights. And Sonia Stephanie Kruger
From Germany.
took a world title in the equip division. Back for the classic, 105 on the bar. And think about this, Gavin. She's already competed in equipment, won a world title, opening with 105. The record's 115.5. Like, she's pushing.
Oh, yeah.
She's not
She's a
just showing
savage.
up. Yeah, she's not.
She's like, you guys don't understand. Okay, I was born for this. Okay? Nobody's coming close. That's the mindset you got to have when you want to be a champion, man.
The next lifter, Clara Payroll from France, 105 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Laura Perrault. Going over the handoff, 105 kilos. Clara, close enough to the world record herself if she's taking 5-kilo jumps. Might be ambitious.
Next lifter. 110 kilos, bar is loaded. Rudy from Sweden.
Rudin from Sweden. Going over that handoff.
I would not be one. I do not want to be the guy who messes that one up.
Pretty authoritatively. And she brings a certain amount of intensity to the platform, and that's why she's the defending world champion. She will not lose from lack of effort or focus. Believe me, 110 on the bar. Wow. She's on point.
I don't know, brother. I think that world record is in danger.
And previously as well, I think Rudin was a stitch undersized for 69 kilo despite winning the world title. And she slowly over time, the more she weight lifts, grown into this. And obviously, the more she grows into it, the heavier the weight she's going to start shifting.
Yeah. Well, hold on a second. Let me ask you, do you think she's going to take that world record for the second attempt?
That'd be a 6-kilo jump. I don't know, because it's bench.
True. Very true.
Yeah, maybe not. Sweden, previously Vilma didn't take it just because it was there, so I don't think so, but we'll see. And Connor from the U.S., 75 kilo.
Wow. Easy second attempt for Caroline.
The next lifter from Ireland, Jordan Bright, 77.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Jordan Bright, 77.5 kilos. And Gavin, you can go ahead and say it because you already pointed it out to me.
Looks like Rudin's going to be taking 116 kg for her second attempt in order to try to break the current world record in the bench press, which is set at 115.5 kg. Very exciting.
Bar is loaded, 77.5 kilos.
And Asude of Turkey, 77.5 kilos. 5-kilo jump. Jank, former junior world champion himself, was at the Open World Championships as a super heavyweight. Three weights, it's a good lift.
87.5 kilos, bar is loaded.
87.5 loaded for Valerie Vilimanova of Czechia. A little too much.
Next lifter, Sofia Pilwax from Austria, 92.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Sophia Pillwax of Austria, 92.5 kilos for her second bench attempt. 5 kilo jump. Still 5 kilo jump, sorry, and already into PR territory.
Very fast.
Good play. Next lifter from Ireland, Loda Leinberger.
Yeah, perfect trajectory on that bar path. Up and over. And Loda of Ireland, 97.5 for a second attempt bench. 5 kilo jump.
Good play.
3 whites and it's good.
The next lifter from Norway, Julian Sletnes, 97.5 kilos, bar is loaded.
Norway's Julian Sletnes coming into 97.5 kilos. Just half a kilo below her previous personal best. Oh, wow. Talk about a fight. Oh, my goodness.
And referees say, good play.
And it's a good lift. That is one of the best fights you're going to see on a bench press. Take a look at this. Wow, that was a grinder. Wow. For her to remain poised like that, butt never came off the bench, feet never moved, no up down, all the way through. Very difficult when facing your top end. Now, obviously, be very difficult to see more kilos being added to that.
Very true. But you never know. And this is a world championship. You know, these are the best lifters in the world. Would you expect nothing less?
She'll come out. Amira Malik, 105.
Good play. Bar is loaded. Daria is from Ukraine, 105 kilos.
Daria Iskiv of Ukraine, 105 kilos. Five kilo jump, 5 kilo below her previous personal best. Daria looking to get close enough to possibly threaten for a podium finish. She's gonna need every kilo she can get.
Good play. The next lifter from Italia, Noemi Phantom, 105 kilos, bar is loaded.
Noemi Fanton broke the squat world record back in the bench and with a 105.
If she gets this will pull her into the silver medal position.
Little early to be putting medals around necks.
It's very true.
But if you need perspective how good 105 is, 115.5 is a world record. And that's how 105 just moved.
Next lifter from Germany, Sonia Stefani Kruger. Bar is loaded, 107.5 kilos.
Sonia Stephanie Kruger of Germany, 107.5. Wow. And just when I was going to start complaining about how busy my week was, Sonia competing twice in the World Championships.
Lara from France.
Honestly, I think she should be commentating because she can obviously handle that kind of workload. A lot better than we can.
She probably could. Not trying to lose my job here, young man.
Sorry to break the news, Ryan, but
Exactly.
didn't mean for it to happen like this.
Clara Perrault, 107.5. Clara pacing nicely. 2 for 3 in the squats. Still a solid favorite for a podium and possibly the overall title.
Brooklyn.
And it's a good lift.
Next lifter from Sweden, really famous. 116 kilos.
And here it is.
This will be
Rutan.
World Junior
Rutan.
bench press record.
116 kilos for the 69 kilo class, junior world record.
World Junior bench press record.
Rutan fighting to keep her world title she won last year. Collect some kilos, grab the chip. And that's the danger of going for the world record in the second instead of the third. She will, though, have another attempt at it,
Yeah.
which is the benefit of going for the world record on the second instead of the third.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, unfortunately, she's in a unique predicament where she does need every kilo she can possibly get in order to make sure she podiums where she'd like. But that said, you do have to risk it sometimes, and I think this is one of those times.
She's got to go all in. She's facing stiff opposition from Clara Perrault. And we begin the third round of benching. Jordan Bright of Ireland, 80 kilos. And it's good.
Brooklyn. Next lifter, Connor Carolyn from the United States, 80 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Connor Carolyn of US, 80 kilos loaded for her third and final bench.
Wow. Great way to finish.
2.5 kilos. She looks happy.
Brooklyn. Next lifter, bar is loaded for Asude Dağlıoğlu from Turkey, 82.5 kilos.
Asude, representing the host nation of Turkey, 5 kilo jump from her second attempt. Went 3 for 3 in the squats. Oh, wow. Good scrap. I tell you what, that was bang on the money attempt selection. Any less, you would have been leaving kilos on the table. Any more, she wouldn't have had it.
Bar is loaded, 87.5 kilos.
And Valerie Vilimanova of Czechia, 87.5 kilos.
Not a good game. The next lifter, Sophia Filbach, Austria, 97.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Sophia Pilwax of Austria, 97.5 kilos loaded for her third and final bench. Oh, the brakes came on.
Norway. Next lifter from Ireland, Lotta Lindberga, 100 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Lotta Lindberga of Ireland, 100 kilos even for her third and final bench. She's hit this before. Can she do it at the IPF World Championships? Looking to go 3 for 3. Three white lights, it's a good lift.
Bar is loaded for Julianne Sletnes from Norway, 100 kilos.
Norway's Julianne Sletnes, 100 kilos. 2 kilo personal best. Her personal best being 98 kilos, meaning this is likely a national record back in Norway.
The next lifter from Spain, Amira Blanca Malak, 107.5 kilos.
107.5 kilos, Amira Malik of Spain. An attempt to move herself onto the podium. Still have 5 lifters left to go. If she hits it, she'll be temporarily in bronze medal position. And it's a good lift.
The next lifter from Ukraine, Daria Iskiv. Bar is loaded, 107.5 kilos.
107.5 kilos, Daria Iskiv of Ukraine. Currently in 6 for bench. Jumping 2.5 kilos. Would temporarily put herself into the silver medal position with 4 lifters left to go. And it's good.
Next lifter from Germany, Sonia Stefani Kruger. Bar is loaded, 110 kilos.
You hear Sonia Stephanie's son, yelling out encouragement to her. 110 kilos.
Loaded. The next lifter from France, Clara Perrault, 110 kilos. Bar is loaded.
France's Clara Perrault, representing France. 110 kilos. Clara building that total. She's a little behind on the subtotal, but that deadlift is big. It's the biggest opening deadlift of the field. Oh, wow. And that's a nice grind.
Referees say good play.
3 whites.
Congratulations.
And that's a very important press for her to get.
From Italian, Noemi Fanto. Bar is loaded, 110 kilos.
When you have a deadlift the size of Clara's and you start hitting attempts like that, you really set yourself up for a great opportunity to solidify that overall gold.
I think it speaks volumes that she's only 20 years old, has multiple years left in the juniors, and is only 5 kilo away from the current, well, 5.5, but 5.5 kilo away from the current world record.
Yep. 110 kilo loaded for Noemi Fanton.
And ladies and gentlemen, Rudin from Sweden, 116 kilos, World Junior
Now Rudin
Bench Press record attempt.
missed this on her second, but with a setup like hers, it can be volatile. It doesn't mean it's not within reach. Slight adjustments when you have such an aggressive setup can reap massive awards. And if she's intimidated, she doesn't look it.
Not
If
at
she's
all.
discouraged, she doesn't look it. This is, after all, the return of a world champion. A lot of tension in the room right now.
Not today.
And that concludes the 69 kilo bench. Clara Perrault taking the gold, Agnes Rudin taking the silver, and Daria taking the bronze. We will move on to the 76 kilo juniors, and it's a little surprising actually Clara Pejo,
moving to the 76 kilos
emerging with
class.
that as Agnes, historically speaking, the bigger bencher, but that becomes, you know, when you're going to reach, and you're going to reach for world records, you fall short, move forward with just your bench opener. That's what can happen. And 70 kilo for Narez, representing Tunisia. That was easily done. Nope. Let's take a look.
Next lifter, Lily Riggs from Canada.
She might have beat the commands. I don't think we're going to have a replay here.
I think I heard him say rack when it was on her chest, actually. So I don't know, maybe there was something, maybe like the her grip width. Could have been that her fingers weren't on the ring, maybe just outside, something like that. I don't know.
Not sure. But she got the start command. I'm not sure. But either way, no lift in. Lily Riggs of Canada, 77.5 kilos for her opener, equaling her personal best. And Gavin, Laura Motalin of France, opening with 137.5. World record is 145.
Could be. But like you said, very smart to say, although the world record is there, sometimes it might be more important to play towards the podium instead of trying to snag those records. So that opener is just far enough, potentially, where she may not take that world record for the third.
Yeah, don't force the issue if it's not there. See what 137.5 moves like, and Lily on the board. Nicole from Great Britain, 85 kilos. Nicole Ola of Great Britain, 3 white lights.
The next lifter from New Zealand, 92.5 kilos for Maddie McCoy. Bar is loaded.
Maddie McCoy, representing New Zealand, 92.5 kilos for her opening bench. Maddie didn't have the squat session she wanted. Looking to rebound here in the bench. That is a long range of motion.
Wow.
Those are deadlift arms. And looking at her deadlift opener, she's got a deadlift on her.
Next lifter from Canada, Erin Chiaston. 95 kilos. Bar is loaded.
.95 kilo loaded for Erin Chiasson of Canada.
Woodley.
3 whites.
Bar is loaded for Kathleen. From Netherlands, 95 kilos.
And Kathleen Gort of Netherlands, 95 kilos. Looking to rebound from her squat attempt. If I remember correctly, she went 1 for 3. She does have a pretty big deadlift.
Next
on
lifter,
the board.
Ellen Growler, 105 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Ellen Grunland of Finland, 105. Opening 5 kilo below her personal record. Into the triple digits we go when we're in the openers. Wow. 105 kilos getting hit very easily for an opener.
Next lifter, Wilma Olsson from Sweden, 112.5 kilos. Bar is loaded for Wilma.
Sweden's Vilma Olsson, 112.5. She needs to grab these kilos in the bench event. Grunwald of Finland is hot on her heels. 3 whites makes it easy.
Next lifter for the first attempts, we have Laura Montalon from France, 137.5 kilos. Bar
Laura
is loaded.
Motalin of France, 137.5 kilos. And she has a confident air about her, doesn't she?
Absolutely.
I guess when you're opening this close to the current world record, why wouldn't you be? Very interested in how this moves, Gavin. Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Dude,
Yeah?
dude, the control and the speed on that was pretty frightening.
That world record is definitely in danger, isn't it?
It is, but okay. I'm thinking 142.5, and then you can jump to the 145.5.
5 kilo is a reasonable jump if you don't want to, because look at Agnes Rudin, last flight, went for the world record in the second, maybe went a little too all in, and then yeah. But I'm glad I'm not a national team coach, my friend. Easy as a commentator. I got the 20/20 hindsight.
Yeah.
Nerez, Tunisia, 70 kilo.
Good play.
3 white lights.
Next lifter from Canada, Lily Riggs, 82.5 kilos.
Lily Riggs of Canada, 82.5 kilo, 5 kilo jump from her second attempt. Lily went 3 for 3 in the squat event. Canada pacing her nicely. Well, Gavin, 145.5 for Laura in her second attempt. It is.
Very aggressive move, very confident move.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
She's a confident young lady. Things are about to get spicy. Lily Riggs, 82.5.
Good play.
3 white lights.
The next lifter from Great Britain, Nicole Olakibi, 90 kilos. Bar is loaded for Nicole.
Nicole Ola, 90 kilo. .23 years old, been competing 5 years.
Good play.
This is good.
The next lifter from New Zealand, Maddie McCoy, 97.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Maddie McCoy of New Zealand, 97.5 kilos for her second attempt. Back on track in the bench event. That moved very well.
And the three say good play.
Got a little rattled in the squats. If you remember, one of the squats actually did a backward somersault out of there. And now she's back, 2 up and 2 hits in the bench event. Canada's Erin Chiasson. .100 kilos even. Driving those traps into the bench.
Good play.
3 whites and it's good.
Bar is loaded. 4 guard from Netherlands.
Kathleen, 100 kilo even. Her previous personal best, 101, indicates that was a national record. An impressive press. Look, tenses up the core as she descends to the touch point. Look at the trajectory, perfect. And you see the body tense up with some leg drive. Bang on, perfect press right there. And Ellen from Finland, 110 kilos for her second attempt. Ellen Grunland building a case for that podium finish, possibly a silver medal, but Vilma Olsen hot on her heels. It's gonna be tight.
Wow.
She's got more in the tank.
Good play. Next lifter from Sweden, Vilma Olsen, 117.5 kilos.
What's going to be difficult for Vilma, Ellen opens on deads 30 kilos over
Bar
her,
is loaded.
unless those are not real deadlift openers, and they'll be changed. I wouldn't put that past Team Sweden. They are amongst the best of the best when it comes to game day handling. 117.5 kilos for Vilma Olsen.
Pretty easy.
Good play.
She's got room to spare as well, doesn't she?
Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Montalon from France will attempt 145.5 kilos.
And Laura
This is
Montalon
world
of France, 145.5. This is a world record attempt in just their second bench. Gavin, if you're a betting man,
Bro, come on. You don't even have to ask. This thing's getting launched into the IPF atmosphere.
just like her star. The crowd is actually getting quite hush right now before a world record. There it is. And if I'm honest, it was quite easy.
Wow.
Wow, and she doesn't even celebrate. Look how confident this young lady is. Like, yeah, what? There was no doubt. I don't celebrate for seconds. That was a second attempt, people. I don't celebrate for seconds.
Listen, man, you know, they say the best way to predict the future is to create it. That's exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, she is. She is the beholder of her own destiny. Laura in the lead by a sizable margin in the bench event. Vilma Olsen in second, trying to hold off the charge of Ellen Grunland. This is where Vilma is going to pick up her kilos because Ellen is going to grab those kilos in the deadlift event. Vilma needs to build that subtotal. 75 kilo for Narez of Tunisia.
Next lifter from Canada, Lily Riggs. Bar is loaded 85 kilos.
Canada's Lily Riggs, 85 kilo, 2.5 kilo jump, opened on a personal best.
See if she can get that start, man.
Well, too much.
Next lifter from Great Britain, Nicole Kibi, 92.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Great Britain's Nicolola with 92.5 kilos for her third and final. 2.5 kilo jump. This is a 9 lifter rotation, and they stop the clock. Oh, nice scrap. And good attempt selection from Great Britain, getting everything they can from their lifter.
Next lifter from New Zealand, bar is loaded 100 kilos for Maddie McCoy.
Maddie McCoy, Team New Zealand, 100 kilos even. Oh, there it is. Look, Maddie didn't have the squat session she wants, but they got her back. Ooh, spoke too soon. I think her butt might have. Yellow means something came up. Head, but there it is, but yep.
Is loaded.
And Aaron from Canada, 102.5. Moving through these third attempts. Oh, what a fight. Wow, she's a fighter. Oh my goodness. That is a hell of a fighter. They saw some down up. Blue would indicate a down up of the barbell. Oh, yeah, I guess right there, yeah. And Kathleen Gort of New Zealand, or sorry, Netherlands, 102.5. Too much today. Ellen Grunland of Finland. Looking to grab another 2.5 kilos. She's in the midst of a battle for that silver medal with Vilma Olsen of Sweden. Three whites.
From Sweden, Vilma Olsen, 120 kilos. Bar is loaded for Vilma.
Vilma Olsen getting every little bit of that song before she came out to 120 kilos. Certainly looks confident, doesn't she? Oh, wow. There it is, 3 for 3 in the bench press. Those were the kilos she needed.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next victor, Laura Martella from France. She will attempt a new height for her record.
And
This is not
Laura
only junior,
Motalin of France,
it's an open bench press record.
151 kilos.
Bar is loaded, 151 kilos. Come on, everybody. We get to be Laura.
Breaking her own world record. She set in the second attempt. Gavin, 145.5 moved very well, didn't it?
Indeed it did.
How well do you think this one will move?
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I think it's going to move just as fast. She's going to launch this thing, dude.
I'll tell you what gave me reason to pause. Her arms were shaking when she unracked it, and the right elbow
We will move on to deadlift.
well, you're not going to see any of
10
that.
minutes.
But as she unracked it, it was a little less than convincing.
Yeah.
However, she does take the bench press gold as well as the world record in bench press. Vilma Olsen taking the silver medal, and Ellen Grunlund of Finland taking the bronze. As we take a peek at the subtotal, Laura building a sizable lead over the rest of the pack. Vilma Olsen currently in the second position, while Ellen trailing by 22.5 kilos. However, she's going to open with a sizable advantage in the deadlifts and very quickly mitigate that spread. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a brief 10-minute break where we're going to see the dramatic conclusion of the 69 and 76 kilo junior classes. Welcome back to the IPF World Championships live in Istanbul, Turkey. I am Ryan Six-Pack Lapidat, and I'm accompanied in the booth by former junior world champion Gavin Aiden. Gavin, we have the 69 kilo and 76 kilo classes. We've seen world record attempts, world records broken, both in the 69 and the 76s, and the podium is too close to call in both divisions.
Yeah. Well, this is a world championship. This is what we were waiting for. This is what we need. Remember, this is the best of the best. You literally cannot find better drug-tested athletes in the world. And they're right here in front of us. We get to witness it live.
We got the best seats in the house. Speaking of some of these athletes, in the 69 kilos, Clara Pejo pulling together a rather big subtotal, as well as Agnes Rudin, but Clara has a sizable advantage in the deadlifts. However, Italy's Fontaine also establishing herself in the 69 kilo class, and definitely a threat, as well as Kruger surprising a lot of people, and Sletness, both of them having competed earlier this week in equipment. 147.5 by Jordan Bright of Ireland. And it's a good lift.
Bar is loaded for Lothar Leinberger, Ireland.
$147.5 for Loda of Ireland.
Easy.
Good lift. Bar is loaded. Connor Caroline from United States, 147.5 kilos.
Carolyn Connor of United States opening with 147.5. Carolyn has previously hit 155. Just 19 years old in her first year of powerlifting. Finds herself at the IPF World Championships in the midst of a battle. That was snappy. She's going to go home with stories, Gavin.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Is this, do we know if this is her first world championship?
Gotta be, well, her profile anyway says up to a year, so I'm assuming qualified, right? Got here.
She's having a phenomenal performance despite.
Yep. Julianne Sletness. She's competed in equipment earlier this week. Back for the Classic. Some of these ladies just built different. 162.5 moved well.
From Czech Republic, 167.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Valerie Vilimanova of Czechia, 167.5 for her opening pull.
Good play. The next lifter from Austria, Sophia Pilvax. From Austria.
Sophia Pilvax of Austria, 175 loaded on the bar for her. Gavin, you gotta love when the deadlifts start because the intensity just rises.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's a combination of a bunch of things. Obviously, right, more is on the line. This is how you solidify your total. This is how you solidify your position, world records, everything else. But more importantly, these are the last three lifts of a championship that, for most athletes, people spend years working towards. Years, blood, sweat, and tears. So this is it. These are the final moments that they're going to give everything they have into these three lifts.
Sonia Stephanie Kruger, speaking of someone who knows all about giving everything they have to win titles, won the World Championship in equipment earlier this week, back on the platform just days later. 175, solidifies her total for the second time this week at the World Championships.
Bar is loaded for Asude from Turkey, 175 kilos.
Asude of Turkey, 175 kilos. for her opening pull. Cenk in the background. Stoic. If you see a smile on his face, you're gonna have to earn it. There it is.
Bar is loaded for Daria Iskiv, 177.5 kilos.
Daria Iskiv of Ukraine, 177.5 kilo for her opening pull. She's pulled 182.5. Smooth wrist wraps.
Next lifter from Sweden, Rudin. Bar is loaded for Rudin Ayers.
And Rudin coming out to 180 kilos. Phenomenal subtotal, and this is usually where she loses a little ground. Now, this is nothing new to her. She's won world titles based off that monster subtotal and could just pull enough to hang tight, but you look at the projected. Thumbs up from Team Sweden coach.
Bar is loaded for Amira. From
Amira
Spain, 190
Malik
kilos.
of Spain, 190 on the bar. Amira looking to get close enough to threaten for a podium finish. And that was snappy, Gavin.
Good.
Now, it looks like these next two lifters are extremely close to this world record deadlift, or at least are opening extremely close. What do you think? Do you think that world record's in danger?
Clara Perrault, I would be shocked if she doesn't take a swing at that world record. 10 kilo weight, 3 attempts. And wow, that was a smooth pull by Fontaine of Italy. Noemi. You know, we were talking about the rematch or trilogy match, or I don't know how many times they face each other, between Clara and Agnes Rudin. At this point, we got to enter in Noemi from Italy. She might upset Rudin for a silver, and 205 for Clara Perrault. You know what? A little slow off the ground. Sticking point. Let's take a look at this replay.
From the United States, Caroline Connor, 155 kilos.
It moved.
It moved. It definitely moved. It's tough to tell if it's a positioning thing or maybe not enough patience at the start. She didn't seem as amped up as she did for previous attempts, so it's possible she's just kind of getting herself revved up as these attempts move along. Obviously, only time will tell, but I think she still has it in her.
So does she move up 10 kilo, 10.5 kilo, and grab that chip in the world record, or?
You know, I would say because it's so close, that might be a little too risky. However, because this is deadlift, it might actually benefit her to take a bigger jump, right? Because she won't be taking too many heavy attempts too close together.
Caroline Connor of U.S. 155 moves well.
Good. The next lifter from Ireland. Bar is loaded for Jordan Wright.
207.5 has been put in by Team France for Clara's next pull. 7.5 kilos, not a big jump on deads. Jordan Bright of Ireland, 157.5 for her second attempt.
Good. Next lifter from Ireland as well. Loda Lane-Berger.
Loda Lane Berga of Ireland, 157.5 for her second attempt. So what was the conversation when Clara went off the platform after 205? Actually, no, sorry. Yeah, 205. They went up to 207.5. That's just a 2.5 kilo jump, Gavin.
Interesting. It's possibly maybe she's just feeling a little off. Maybe she thinks Deds are just not quite there today. She's going to take everything she can from her total instead of risking it. Now, it is still possible that if 207.5 absolutely flies and gets absolutely smoked, she'll regain the confidence and her team will think, you know what, we can still go for the stretch of the world record. But again, I'd imagine the podium is probably more important, and they'd rather play that game since they are so close to Farther.
It's going to be tight. Let's see how 207.5 moves. And Julianne Sletness of Norway, 172.5. It's one thing to have a bigger deadlift opener, but when you're only doing 2.5 kilo jumps after your big opener, other people can mitigate that gap, like Italy's Noemi, who's going to 202.5 in her second and can very easily catch up.
Yep.
It's going to come down to the last pull like it sometimes does. Valerie Velimanova of Czechia, 175.
Good lift.
3 whites, it's a good lift.
Bar is loaded for Sofia from Austria, 185 kilos.
185 kilos for Sofia Pilvex of Austria. A little out of position early.
I mean, that was a 10-kilo jump as well. Might have been just a tad bit too aggressive.
Yeah, sometimes the gravity will just pull you out of position, even if you got the best of intentions. Sonia Stephanie Kruger of Germany, 185. Nope. Fatigue might be catching up to her.
Next up to Daria Iskir. Bar is loaded, 185 kilos.
185 kilos, Daria Iskiv of Ukraine. 7.5 kilo jump. Ooh, that's work though, isn't it? 3 whites, but expecting a smaller jump to her third and final.
From Sweden, 187.5 kilos.
Now Rudin coming out to 187.5 kilos. Rudin might be falling back from the gold overall, but she does not want to get pushed off that podium. She needs these 7.5 kilos to stop the charge of the rest of the field. Oh wow, locks it out on pure willpower. And she's dizzy. She's a fighter. Wow, that was all guts and glory right there. She is not going to finish off the podium, sir. Sometimes they hit the platform like I will be damned. 190 for Asude of Turkey. Wow, makes easy work. 15 kilo jumps. She likes big jumps. She took big jumps in the squat, taking big jumps in the dead.
Yeah, it's paying off.
And Amira Malik of Spain, 202.5 for her second attempt. 12.5 kilo jump. it is. 3 white lights. Got a little pizzazz as she leaves the platform.
202.5 kilos.
Noemi of Italy, 202.5. And she is closing in on Clara Perrault. Oh, wow, that was smooth. That was smooth, Gavin.
That was very clean, very
Now,
snappy.
Clara Perrault's opener was tough, moving up 2.5 kilo. And you look at how Noemi just handled her second attempt. Their total's now 490, dead even. Clara trying to hold on to the smallest of leads if she could get this. Clara weighs heavier than Noemi as well, so she needs a lead. All right.
Good.
3 whites. That moved kind of like her opener.
That moved, I
It
think,
was
a little
only-
bit better than her opener.
But it was only 2.5 kilo over her opener.
Yeah, but maybe that's all she needs.
It might be. This is a tight race. Yeah. Noemi, 215.5. That's the world record. The 202.5 moved that well.
Look, it moved really well, but I think, statistically speaking, based on my my assumptions this session, I don't want to say that it's gonna fly. All right, so I'm gonna say it's she has the strength. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that.
165 by Carolyn Connor of US. They're gonna go 3 for 3.
Wow.
Celebrating at the top. And she's happy, 3 for 3.
That's awesome.
Next victim from Ireland, Jordan Bright. 160.
Clara Perrault just put in 216. Wow. This is going to be interesting.
Bar is loaded.
This is going to be interesting. Jordan Bright, 167.5 for Ireland. Gavin, this is an incredibly tight battle for the 69 kilo
Dude,
junior
this
title.
is making me want to compete right now.
Nice pull, 3 white lights.
Next one, local Limburger, Ireland, 167.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
$167.5 for Loda.
Next up, the from Czech Republic, Valeria Velemanova, 180 kilos.
Valerie Vilimanova of Czechia, 180 on the bar for her third and final. And also, look, there's a battle where Spain's Malik looking to pull herself onto the podium and bump past Rudin. There is battles from 1 to 4. That podium has not been settled.
Bar is loaded for Valeria.
All down to the last pull for all positions, Gavin.
That's it, baby. This is how we like it.
180 is good. Look at in sports, you want changing of the tide, and you want the outcome not determined until the very end. So you're at the edge of your seat watching. You got to hear. Not just for the gold, not just for the silver, but the bronze as well. Every single slot on the podium is up for grabs.
Bar is loaded. Julian from Norway.
Julian Slettenis from Norway, 182.5. Looking to go 3 for 3. Oh, wow. What a titanic effort. And this is the second time she's competed this week, Gavin.
That's insane.
Look at the smile on her back, putting out that kind of effort after already competing in the Equip World Championships.
That beats her previous
Yeah.
deadlift personal best.
Yes, sir.
Dude,
I
come on.
suddenly feel very lazy.
I want whatever she's eating tonight. Whatever she's putting in her body, I need it.
185
Sophia from Austria. 185 kilos.
being loaded for Sophia from Austria. Missed this. Coming to retake it.
Yep.
Oh my
Come
gosh.
On, come on. Pull,
Ew, oh
pull,
my
pull.
gosh.
Pull.
That was not even close the first time. How
Wow.
did she? What kind of a speech did she get backstage?
Well,
Wow.
Ryan, heart of a lion, mind of a champion. She burned her ships.
That is crazy. Because the previous attempt, I'm not sure she even got it to her knees. And she just willed that right to a lockout. There's something special happening in this session. Sometimes you feel it in sports.
Dude, I feel it, baby.
You
I
feel something
it.
special happening, don't you? 185, Sonia Stephanie Kruger of Germany. Missed 185 previously. Don't even tell me. If she locks it out, even with the down up, that's a moral victory that, oh my gosh. Because keep in mind, she won the World Championships earlier this week. And what I respect is, even though she knew there was a down up, and she knew because she didn't wait for the lights, she's like, I'm going to finish this for me. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Hats off to her. And waiting in the wings,
Bar is loaded.
here she comes. She wants to hit this to push back the charge of Spain. Rudin does not want to get bumped off the podium. This extra 2.5 kilo will help her cause. Can she do it? Looks good to me, and the judges say 3 white lights.
Next one, Romy Gray, Daria is cute.
Put a pin in that and we'll revisit it. The battle for the bronze. 190.
Bar is loaded.
Being loaded for Daria Iskiv of Ukraine. Looking to go 3 for 3. 5 kilo jump. 5 kilo personal best. Oh, wow, nice pull. All types of theatrics on display on the platform today. These ladies are inspired.
Next lifter, Asude Daloğlu from Turkey, 202.5 kilos.
Asuda from Turkey, 202.5. 12.5 kilo jump. But she likes those big jumps, doesn't she, Gavin?
Yes, indeed.
It'll pull her temporarily into deadlift bronze with 3 lifters left to go. Oh, she's a fighter too. Wow. Did she beat the down command though? I think she did. That's a shame. Yeah, I mean, just a stitch too quick. And that is a shame because that was a hell of a fight in the bronze medal for deadlifts, no less.
Oh, yeah.
Next lifter from Spain, Amira Blanco Mala,
210 being loaded. the dramatic conclusion.
Bar is loaded for Amira.
Amira Malik of Spain pulling for the bronze medal and to bump Agnes Ruden of Sweden off of the podium. Add on top of that, temporarily putting her in deadlift gold. Oh, it's quick to the knees. Can she lock it out? I think there's a little bit of down up, little untidy. If I'm honest, I've seen the same thing, but that was a great showing of this. She's a little worse for wear. She left it on the platform there. Great display of heart.
From Italia,
Noemi Fontaine pulling for first, 210 kilo. It'll put her into gold medal position with Clara Perrault still to go. Can she force Clara past her limit? Oh, did not get the down command. Just that lockout. Well played by Team Italy. That was probably the right number, ever so close. Attempt change. Clara has the gold medal in hand, dropping it to 212.5. She's got gold medal deadlift, gold medal overall. This is your 69 kilo junior world champion. Coming out for a bit of a victory lap to add 5 kilo onto her total. Gavin, France got shooters.
Brother, I got goosebumps.
Oh! And she locks it out. There's the war cry I was talking about. Clara Perrault assumes the throne. And a star has emerged yet again out of France. How many more are they going to have in the women's division? Absolutely stacked national team, whether it's the open, whether it's the juniors. Taking a look, Clara Perrault, Noemi, and then Amira for the 1, 2, 3 in the deadlifts. We'll take a look at the total. Clara Perrault takes the world championship. Noemi with the silver. Agnes Ruden with the bronze, representing Sweden in a gutsy effort, moving right along to the 76 kilo class. Narez, representing Tunisia, 145 kilos.
Good lift.
3 white lights, it's a good lift.
Next lifter, Erin from Canada, 162.5 kilos. Bar is loaded for Erin.
Erin, 162.5 for opening pull. And once these ladies get their opening pull, they establish their totals and then can start taking those big jumps.
Good lift.
3 white lights.
Lily Riggs from Canada, 165 kilos, followed by Maddie McCoy from New Zealand. Bar is loaded.
And Lily Riggs from Canada, 165 for opening pull. good.
Good play. Next lifter. 180 kilos for Maddie McCoy from New Zealand, followed by Nicole Olakibe from Great Britain. Bar is loaded for Maddie.
Maddie McCoy of New Zealand. 180 for her opening pull. Makes easy work of it.
Good play. Next lifter, Nicole Olakibe from Great Britain. Bar is loaded 180 kilos.
Nicole Ola of Great Britain, 180 kilo opener.
Bar is loaded.
Makes easy work of that.
Good play.
And her total is secure and she's on the board.
180 kilos for Kathleen. Bar is loaded for Kathleen North from the Netherlands.
And Kathleen of Netherlands, 180 kilos loaded. With authority, Gavin.
Oh, yeah.
In this class, this flight, unlike the last one, it's going to move a lot quicker. Only 9 lifters. Last flight was packed.
Bar is loaded for Wilma.
And
190
Vilma
kilos.
Olsen, 190 kilos for opening pull. Makes easy work of it.
Good play. Next lifter, Ellen Grunlund.
Ellen
from Finland.
Grunlund of Finland is up next. And
Bar is loaded.
interesting note, dropped her opening deadlift significantly. Interested in seeing how this works. Was it all gamesmanship for her to have that deadlift as the opener in the first place? Well, that was super fast, Gavin.
Good play. All wide. Next lifter, Laura from France, 210 kilos.
Is it fast enough to cover the gap of 22.5 kilos Vilma Olsen has on her?
Bar is loaded for Laura.
Laura Motalin of France, 210. France looking to secure this win, not take any chances in doing so, and then they can start making some big jumps. Wow.
Good play.
And Laura refusing to celebrate or show any emotion.
Next lifter, Laura
Job's not finished.
Job is not finished. 155 for Norez of Tunisia.
followed by Lydia Ritz from Canada. Bar is loaded 155 kilos. lift.
Places it down so nice and softly.
Next lifter, Lily Riggs, 170 kilos. Bar is loaded for Lily from Canada.
170 kilos for Lily Riggs. Locks the hips, gets the shoulders back. Nice tidy second attempt as a 5-kilo jump. Anticipating no more than 5, maybe even 2.5 for her third and final. And here comes Erin from Canada, back-to-back Canadians, 172.5 for her second attempt, 10-kilo jump for her. Oh,
2-1. Next lifter, Maddie McCoy from New Zealand.
they didn't think she locked it out there.
From Great Britain.
Looked okay to myself.
Bar is loaded for Maddie.
190, Maddie McCoy of New Zealand.
Good lift.
3 whites.
The next lifter, Nicole Olakibe from Great Britain, 190 kilos, bar is loaded.
190 for Nicole Ola of Great Britain. A little bit of a slowdown, but she locks it out
From Netherlands, 192.5 kilos for
right around mid-shin,
Kathleen Gold.
but still able to lock it out. And 192 for Kathleen of the Netherlands. Steadies herself after that pull. That was
From Sweden.
a decent jump, trying to find her back into the rankings. And Vilma Olsen, 197 for her second attempt, 7.5-kilo jump,
Bar is loaded for Velma.
looking to increase her lead over Brunland.
7.5 kilos.
That was a smooth pull, and Vilma's happy.
Next lifter, Ellen Gronlund from Finland, 200 kilos. Bar is loaded for Ellen.
Ellen coming out to 200 kilos now. 190 kilos moved well. Don't anticipate she's going to be able to catch up to Vilma Olsen at this point. making easy work of those pulls, though, Gavin.
I would agree.
Next lifter, Laura Girlfriends. A 10-kilo jack flow 210. Now, bar is loaded.
Laura
220.
Motale, 220. Asking the crowd to quiet themselves. Crowd complies. Ooh, it's kind of sticking. Nope.
Not only sit down, she has one more.
Not sure what she's telling her coach.
Mallory's
Is she waving off a third? She has the gold medal all but locked up. Vilma cannot catch up at this point.
You know, I think she's the type of competitor who's going to take a third no matter what. Whether or not she retakes 220 or goes up is for debate. But it kind of looked like when she was communicating with her coach that it's just that weird kind of getting pitched forward at the start. And had that not happened, the pull would have been fine. I don't know, but that's what it looked like.
Yeah, she's telling the coach. Yeah, well, we're about to find out soon enough. 162.5 for Nerez of Tunisia.
Google.
3 white lights.
Next lifter,
Aaron from Canada.
From Canada,
172.5.
New Zealand.
She's retaking this.
Bar is loaded. Aaron from Canada, 172.5 kilos.
Came out of her hands at the top,
Just not today.
and that was pretty close to lockout.
Canada, 175.
Lily Riggs had a bit of a scrap with 170. 175 is, it's gonna be a fight.
Bar is loaded.
She looks like she's ready to fight. Just below the knees. It's going to be a tough ask.
Next lifter from New Zealand, Maddie McCoy, 200. Followed by Nicole Onakibe.
Maddie McCoy of New Zealand, 200 kilos even. She is resting in 4th position. This poll will bring her to the silver medal in deadlifts with 5 more lifters left to go. Nicely done.
Good lift.
Remains to be seen if she leaves with the deadlift medal,
Next lifter,
but she's done her part.
Onakibe from Great Britain. 200 kilos, followed by Vilma also.
Nicole Ola up next, currently in 5th overall, looking to take Maddie's silver and bump her down to bronze in the deadlift event. 4 more lifters after her to go. caught just by the knees.
Not today. There's an attempt change.
Attempt change gone in. Not sure who it is.
200.
Cataline,
Kathleen Ward.
200 kilos being loaded for her.
200 kilos. Bar is loaded.
192.5 was work, but she's pulling for a deadlift silver. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
Not today. Wilma Olsen.
Too much today.
Followed by Ellen Roller and Laura Montana.
Vilma Olsen, 202.5. Vilma has the silver medal locked up. Looking to grab the deadlift silver medal on her way out. With 2 lifters left to go. Oh, what a nice way to finish an excellent day. And Vilma Olsen gets redemption from South Africa. If she wasn't pleased then, she's got to be pleased with the performance tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
An attempt change, Gavin.
Ellen Roller from Finland. Coming up to
In
lift 200.
bronze medal overall, Ellen
Bar is
attempt
loaded.
changing 205, wanting that silver medal in deadlifts. Oh my gosh. She wouldn't have had enough to catch Vilma no matter what. That was just too much of an ask.
Fair enough.
Lifter. Laura Montana. From France. 10 kilo jump.
And Laura Motalin, 220 kilos. This is your 67 kilo junior world champion,
220.
deadlift gold medalist. Looking to add 10 kilos towards her already impressive total. The crowd already knows to start piping down. Oh, just before lockout. Ah! What a character. And that kind of threw me for a second. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Just that lockout.
heading to the medal ceremony.
And
All
they
athletes, please be ready for the medal ceremony. Thank you.
in the deadlift, Laura securing the gold, Ellen taking the silver, and Vilma Olsen taking the bronze. In the overall, oh, this is the deadlifts for the 69 kilo class. Clara Perrault taking the gold, Noemi Fountain taking the silver, and Amira Malik taking the bronze. In the total, nope, deadlifts again, 76 is seen that. In the total, Laura Motalin taking the gold medal with France, Vilma Olsen taking the silver, Alain Grunland taking the bronze. And will we see the 69 kilo class? We will if I ask. Clara Perrault of France taking the gold, Noemi Fenton taking the silver, and Agnes Rudin taking the bronze. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with the medal ceremony, and make sure you return tomorrow where we have the heavily hyped showdowns of the men's 83, 93, and 105 classes. Ryan, six-pack Lapidat, my man Gavin Eden. See you then.
Ladies and gentlemen, 69 kilo juniors in squat event. Bronze medal is for Rudin Eines from Sweden. Silver medal is Noemi Fanton from Italy. The gold medal is for Juliane Sletnes from Norway. Thank you. In the bench press, third place, the bronze medal is for Daria Iskev from Ukraine. Silver medal, Rudin Eines from Sweden. And gold medal, Clara Peyraud from France. Thank you. In deadlifts, bronze medal, Amira Bleko Malak from Spain. Silver medal, Noemi Fanton from Italy. And the gold, Clara Peyraud from France. Thank you. In total, 69 kilo juniors bronze medal is Rudin Eines from Sweden. Silver medal, Noemi Fanton from Italy. And gold medal, Clara Peyraud from France. Everybody, please stand up for the national anthem of France. Congratulations.
Come on.
In 76 kilo juniors in the squat event, bronze medal is for Ellen Gronlund from Finland. The silver medal, Laura Maltalen from France. Gold medal, Wilma Olsson from Sweden. Thank you. In the bench press, third place bronze medal is Ellen Gronlund from Finland. Silver medal, Wilma Olsson from Sweden.
Thank you.
A gold medal, Laura Mautalen from France.
Yeah, j'aime le fond.
Thank you. Deadlifts. Bronze medal is for Wilma Olsson from Sweden. Silver medal, Ellen Granlund from Finland.
Yes, thank you.
Gold medal, Laura Mautalen from France. Thank you. In total, 76 kilo juniors. Bronze medal is Ellen Granlund from Finland. Silver medal, Wilma Olsson from Sweden. And the champion, Laura Mautalen from France. Everybody please stand up for the national anthem of France.
Chantez, je chante faux, s'il vous plaît.
A big hand cheer for the lifters. They have been all very good. Fantastic competition. Come on, everybody. Okay.
Round of applause for all the athletes competed today with the greatest music that you can listen to.